Hi guys, it's Sandy. So I wanted to show you an easy way to store food without taking up a lot of space and without leaving much of a footprint, which by that I mean this is the amount of space that your food storage will take up. And they also stack easily. You could put these in a closet, behind of a door. You just need to make sure and put them in a cool, dry place. But let me show you how I am storing some of our dry goods, like dry grains, rice and beans, and you could do pasta and flour, that kind of thing inside of these 5-gallon buckets with this, a Gamma Seal lid. It is a lid that goes onto the bucket. So you can get those buckets or those lids that you just push on, but then they're really hard to get off whenever you want to get your stuff. You know, they push on, they're tight, you're pulling and prying to get them off. These are super simple. You can tell that I got these buckets at Menards, but you can get them at Menards, Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart, any place like that. And then the Gamma Seal lids are sold right beside of the buckets. And this is why I like them so much. I can easily take on the lid and it just screws down tight. So that's it. So whenever I want to close it, I do that. When I open it, you just screw it right off. So very easy. That's why I like these lids with a 5-gallon bucket. The other thing that I want you to see is the number 2 on the bottom of here that says HDPE. This is food grade safe. Now I opened up these 3 buckets so you can see what I have inside of mine. So I put different beans inside of one, and I have all kinds of beans in here. I've got pintos, red beans, lentils, Great Northern beans. And what you may see me pulling out also are these bay leaves. So I am putting all of the different beans in here, but to keep bugs away are bay leaves. Using the smell of bay leaves keeps the bugs away. So I just have put the bay leaves down in here. When I put all the beans in, I can just add some leaves to the top also. And what that does is just, kind of keeps keeps the bugs away. Bay leaves are not expensive, but it's a great thing to use in your buckets of storage. And then just simply put on the lid, screw it tight, and you've got this bucket full of beans with a very small footprint that it's going to make. Here I put rice into this bucket. Different rice. Actually, we prefer basmati rice, so that's what you're going to see in this bucket is basmati rice. I did pick white rice instead of brown rice because white rice definitely stores longer. Now, I did just get a bag of normal white rice also, but inside of here, again, I am putting bay leaves. Now, another thing you can do is put in some oxygen absorbers if you want to. I'm trying to keep the bugs away with the smell by using the bay leaves. The other thing that I want to tell you is I do take the rice. I have seen some debate about this. I've read a couple different articles. I chose to take my rice and put it into the freezer first for 48 hours, and then I put it into the bucket. I didn't put it in wet, because it gets kind of wet when you take it out of the freezer, the packages. I let them dry, and then I put them into the bucket, and then add the bay leaves into there also. Now, the reason I did put it into the freezer is it says that it'll kill any weevils. Weevils are bugs that can get into rice. This is me personally. Did you see how I did I do want to point this out, how I did the rice and the beans. I've seen where people take them all out and pour it all into the bucket. I'm not going to do that. First of all, we have a lot of different kinds of beans because we eat all different kinds, but I just think it's better to keep it into the package. It stays fresher, and then put them into, this lid here. I saw my finger in the way, but this lid is, it seals it up also. It's not going to keep all the air out, but it does help, definitely. So I am not pouring all the white rice into the bucket. I'm leaving it into the packages. I'm putting in the bay leaves. I am putting it in the freezer first, and then I'm going to seal up the bucket. Like I said, you can get oxygen absorbers also and put into these, which may help. Also, some people are using Mylar bags. I'm using buckets. I think they're easy to use.
I really want you guys to share the way that you are storing food also, or you've maybe never even thought about it and are going to use this technique. But if you are using Mylar bags and you know that's a great idea, whatever, just share. And if I'm doing something wrong, let me know. I'm okay with always learning new things.
Now this one I put flour into, so you can't fit a ton of flour into these, you know, as far as the bags, but same thing. I took the flour, I put it in the freezer first. I left it in the freezer for 48 hours, and then I put it into the bucket along with some bay leaves just to keep the bugs out. So I put it into the freezer first because then the freezer helps kill any bugs. So we make pizza dough, we make bread, I can make pancakes. I like that kind of stuff. I'm not afraid of eating bread. So we have this, and this bucket is going to be flour. And then I take the lid, screw it on, and there I have 3 buckets worth of food that is going to take up very little space in wherever you decide. So let me show this, what I mean. A lot of food, very little space. Just make sure you are putting it into a dry and cool space. That's how you preserve food. Definitely. You don't want it to be warm and wet wherever you're putting it. So put it in a cool, dry space. I also have used a few under bed storage containers. That's an easy thing to do. So this is inexpensive, definitely. It doesn't take up much space, and it's a great way to store food. And I just want to share it with you. All right, until next time, I'm out.